Your place several weeks ago and the run they've gone on since then.
Just how dangerous they were, and our comment has always been that if they get it going, they're as good as anybody in the country. I mean, this team preseason ranked really high, top 5, and then got off to a good start and moved into the #1 spot, and they played good outside competition. And then they just went into a little bit of a slump, and I know, they lost a player or two as far as injuries for a while. They got them all back. I'm thinking about Graham more than any of them. He really got that lineup rolling again, and it's 1 through 9. There's no easy outs there, and then they have a bona fide ace, a really good lefty that's kind of is an ace as well that we'll be facing tomorrow. And we weren't sure they were going to get in the tournament. They deserved to get in the tournament by how good they were. They finished strong and they got in. They've been on a roll.
It's always been a competitive series, but to see them here in Omaha for the first time, any thoughts on it?
No, it's just when our league, and we're always going to run into SEC teams here, it seems like, because it seems like 2, 3, and even 4 make it most every year. It's just the way it is. And if you're going to face them, if you don't face them right out of first game, you're going to see them somewhere.
What do you remember about Elliott, that lefty you'll probably face tomorrow?
He can spot it up with the best of them. He reminds me of a lefty they've had there in the past. He wears the same number. I think his name was Doug, if everybody remembers. But no, he reminds me of Casey a little bit, and I think he reminds them of him as well. And he's a strike thrower. He's very mature. He's strong for his age, and he's been really good.
Does the fact that you've seen him before this year help at all?
Well, it doesn't hurt. It's hard to say if it's going to help. I mean, he's threw a shutout last time. I don't think. Their games in the regional, super regional, they weren't giving up anything. And then yesterday they give up 1 run to an Alden team that can hit with anybody in the league. So they're just really confident.
Do you know what you're thinking?
We're not 100% sure, honestly. We talked about it again this morning on the bus on the way over here. We're trying to figure out how we want to start it. We feel like we've got 2 good options. One's right, one's left, and we're still thinking about it. I think by the end of the day we'll know 100%. And I have to talk to Coach too. He just had his bullpen with some guys, and it's probably going to come down to the bullpen anyway. It usually does, but you'd like to get off to a good start against a really good hitting team.
The assumption would be McIntyre's the right-hander with Morris being the left-hander.
Yeah, those would probably be the 2 that we're looking at, and either way, I think they'll both pitch. So it's just how we want to start it.
All the teams have won here this week, won road regionals and won super regionals. Does that say anything about the toughness that maybe those experiences?
Well, you get used to being on the road, and you get used to being uncomfortable, I guess. And but I think it's just teams that are playing well right now that won. I mean, basically the first 4 games the visitor won every game, I think, and that was first base dugout had a little luck going on over there. But for here on in, I mean, you got teams that are playing well, all facing each other, and who's to say what's going to happen? The teams are so even from what I've seen. Yesterday it got away from Stanford a little bit, but when you think about it, 7th, 8th, and 9th, they threw guys out there that they weren't going to throw, and I'm glad we kept taking good at bats and we scored some runs, but realistically that game wasn't what the score was.
How important does Connor's start yesterday just to keeping that bullpen fresh?
Well, just like we're talking about right now, we have a lot of options, and so it's always big when you get a great start like that in game 1 of a weekend series, tournament, or whatever. It gives us an option to go with different guys. I know that we have guys rested out of the pen when that comes time, and we're looking at it from our side of it, but Ole Miss has the same. Their starter did the same thing for them. He did a great job.
You could have pitched anybody in the 8th and 9th. Was Ramage and Vermillion just kind of a senior nod, or what were you thinking there?
Well, Ramage is a guy that has thrown a lot for us, and we've seen what Stanford can do. In the 8th and 9th, we scored a bunch of runs in the 9th to put it away, but I mean they could score, and they did it to Connecticut. They did it to everybody. It seemed like they got behind a lot of people, and they come roaring back. So to me, no lead was safe, and Ramage, we just put him in there, let him throw it over the plate, let our guys field it, and then he got through that inning, and we thought, let's just let Vermillion get out there for an inning, and he can bounce back after a day. Both of them are good to go tomorrow as well.
Another Father's Day in Omaha. What's it like being up here with the family?
It's great. They're all here. We're all going to go down and take a picture in front of the statue. That's what I've been told I'm doing. So, yeah, that'll be cool later, and that way I'll get to peel off and go to the game, watch it.
What has baseball taught you about fatherhood, Coach?
Man, baseball and fatherhood. I mean, it's a lot about, tough love here and there and making decisions, and people aren't always happy what you have to say or the way you handle things. Baseball's the same way, just the game, man. It's a tough game. It's not fair all the time. And it's a lot like life. We talk about it all the time. You can be frustrated one day and think it's the greatest thing the next, and it gets you ready for down the road situations, I feel like. Okay, thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.